I'm very excited to be sharing this video with you because it's one of my favorite roles, Tom.
That's
in
right.
the business of designing Mantastic Life. It could actually save your life.
It could.
That's
saved ours.
It certainly saved mine, but I'd rather you learn this stuff and implement it before you get into the state that I was in, of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bankruptcy, and as I said, nearly financial as well. So let's crack into it. Let's have a look at this role. Now, it's quite interesting. One of the quotes that we use when we talk about rest and relaxation is that most people in today's society only take a break when they're broken. So they only take a break when they're broken. So they have a break or a holiday when they're already buggered. They should have had a break or a holiday before that. So this role, the role of rest, relaxation, and wellness coach, is all about the forward planning of recovery activities, rest and relaxation activities to help you recover from the daily stresses of life, from all those activities, Tommy, that you're doing and all the stuff you're trying to get done, following that man plan or your strategy to design your very own version of Mantastic Life, because there's nothing Mantastic about being
burnt out.
Yeah, being a corporate burnout.
And we've met lots of those guys having all work, no play, burnt out, and they're no good to anybody.
Well, that's what I specialise in, and Tommy does as well. But in Australia, I work one-on-one with guys generally between the age of 35 and 45. I've got to a point where that's happened, and then because I've been through that and been able to get myself back on track, my specialty is helping men just like that become large and in charge and get their work-life balance and stress to recovery ratios, we call them, back in place.
And that's really important, isn't it, Benny? Identifying that when your work and life balance is actually out of whack and rectifying it.
Yeah, and it's quite interesting because when you hear the term work-life balance, it's quite an interesting one because there really is no such thing as being totally, I guess, balanced. It's more understanding that there's varying degrees of imbalance in the stress that your body has on a daily basis, and that's mental stress, physical stress, emotional stress. So there's all these stresses in your daily life, dealing with personal stuff and professional stuff in your career. So we're trying to balance all those out. And really what it goes down to is what we talk about as being a great chief executive officer in your life. And the first role that we talk about in the Business of Designing Mantastic Life program, which really sets the platform for everything else that you do, is knowing what your personal values are and ensuring that you're forward planning activities that ensure that your values are fulfilled. Because the challenge is when a person, Tom, is overstressed, what happens to them?
Well, they burn out. They don't make good decisions.
Yeah, well,
and they're empty.
Yeah, well, they become unfulfilled. So empty meaning not full, fulfilled. So when you're living in line with your values, an example might be you have a personal value, a very strong family value, but you've been working 70 to 80-hour work weeks for the last month. So you're progressing well in your career, but the family life's not going so well. So you're empty, you're unfulfilled, you're not getting to spend time with the kids or the wife, and that can leave you feeling empty. And what that generally does is then you start to feel stressed, anxious, and you'll have little chinks in the armour, like you won't be feeling well, you'll be tired, lethargic, you'll be edgy, you're suffering physically, mentally, and emotionally, and spiritually, but also what's happening is the people, those close to you, usually the ones who cop it, so they're going to suffer as well. And that's not going to add value to their lives, and it's definitely not going to add value to yours.
And that's where, Benny, really having knowing your values and then having a self-awareness of them as well will help you run your life as opposed to life running you.
Yeah, exactly right. So a lot of people, they feel that life's running them, and it's running them into the ground versus them being large and in charge and control of their life. So when you're looking at your role, being a great rest, relaxation, and wellness coach, it's about making sure that you don't become physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually bankrupt and become a corporate burnout like I did at age 35, and that's how this whole program came about. It's about having self-awareness for when your values aren't being fulfilled, and having self-awareness when the varying degrees of imbalance we have in our life, some of them are getting very close to tipping over, and we want to rectify those. And that all happens by the forward planning of a great rest, relaxation, and wellness plan. And there's two ways that you do that, and we'll have a look at that in you'll see one of the other YouTube videos on the two key elements that make for a great rest, relaxation, and wellness coach.
That's right. So get onto it, guys. Have a fantastic day and become the rest, relaxation, and wellness coach of your life.
That's it. Remember, that's what's important. There's nothing fantastic about being a burner.